Hello there, friends. I am going to walk you through your Nearpod video. I hope this helps you understand what you're supposed to do on each slide, okay? And how to get started too. So we are in Specials first grade. We are in classwork, and right here, let me show you what that looks like. This is art. This is your on the top lesson, independent lesson art Friday. It's the first one, you click on that. And then you're going to click on this Nearpod when we're done with our video, okay? So it says here, hello friends, please watch the video where I explain the Nearpod. Then you will work on the Nearpod independently. That means by yourself, except that you can always listen to Ms. Kuster explain every slide. Please participate in each slide and follow the directions. Listen, learn, and have fun. I am here to help, okay? So you're going to click on this. All right, and it says up here, welcome to your lesson. My name is already there. If you need to type in your name, type in your name, and then click join the lesson. All right, up here it says The Seed and the Giant Saguaro Part 2, but guess what? You don't have to read it. You can click the arrow.
The Seed and the Giant Saguaro Part 2. This is Part 2 of our lesson.
Okay, and then we're going to click to the next slide. Ms. Kuster has to include this in all her lessons. It tells about what you're learning, what I'm teaching, and what you're learning. So again, you can read it out loud to yourself, or you can press the button.
Learning intentions and success criteria. This is how I explain what you're learning and how I know you learned it. Students will draw a desert rainstorm using lines. You did that. Awesome job. Students will follow steps to create a rain stick. That's what we're doing today. And students will use their connections to write a poem. Your connections to the story to write a poem. We're going to do that the next time we meet.
Okay, so you're done listening to this slide, then you click and you go to the next slide. All right, again, you can read this, or you can click on this button and I will read it to you.
Ms. Kuster is going to read The Seed and the Giant Saguaro. Please feel free to read along with me if you know what's going to happen next.
All right. So we're done listening to this slide, then we're going to click and go to the next slide. Okay, so this is a video. Ms. Kuster is going to read the story, The Seed and the Giant Saguaro, to you. So you're going to click on this when you're working independently. Remember, this is Ms. Kuster explaining to you what to do. You're going to go to the Nearpod. So you're going to click on this and you're going to listen to the story. If Ms. Kuster asks you questions, feel free to answer them. If you know what I'm going to read, feel free to read with me. When you are done listening to me read the entire story to you, then you're going to come over here and you're going to go to the next slide. Okay? Okay, on this slide, there's a question and then there's some answer choices. Again, if you can read it to yourself, or you can click on this button and I will read it to you.
In the story, The Seed and the Giant Saguaro, there were 4 animals. Which 4 animals were in the story? A bear, a kangaroo, a pig, and an owl, or a pack rat, a rattlesnake, a roadrunner, and a coyote. So pick your answer.
Okay, so once you've picked an answer, A or B, you're going to click to go to the next slide. All right, again here, it says gather your supplies, and it tells you the supplies you're going to need for your rain stick. If you don't want to read it, I will read it to you. Just click there.
Gather your supplies: a paper towel roll, a piece of white paper, 2 rubber bands, 20 flat toothpicks, half a cup dry beans or rice, a thumbtack and a grown-up or big brother or sister for this part, a bottle of glue, and scissors. You'll also want a pencil.
Okay, so at this point, I would get up and I would gather my supplies. So if this is something you planned ahead of time and you shared with your parents yesterday, this is going to go really well. And if you didn't plan ahead of time and you don't have these supplies, then you may or may not be able to participate. But if you planned it, then go get them together, and then we'll move on to the next slide. If you don't have them, you have this information, you can get them another time, later today or another day, and then you can make it on your own, okay? So we're going to move on to the next slide. And again, let's make a rain stick. Ms. Kuster is going to explain something to you. You can read it to yourself, or you can click here and Ms. Kuster will read it to you.
Let's make a rain stick. In the video on the next slide, Ms. Kuster will show you how to make a rain stick. You can stop the video to complete a step and then start it again. You can rewind a part of the video to watch it again. Good luck.
Okay, so you finished listening to this slide or reading this slide, so you go to the next slide. Okay, this is a video Ms. Kuster made of how to make a rain stick. So when you watch this video, Ms. Kuster is going to show you how she made her rain stick out of the supplies that are on your supply list. Okay, so stop and start the video while you're working on this. When you are done with your rain stick, you are going to move on to the next slide. It says show and tell. Let's see what Ms. Kuster says for this slide.
Show and tell. When you are done with your rain stick, please hold it up in front of you, in front of your screen, so Ms. Kuster can see it. You can even send me a chat, hey Ms. Kuster, or raise your emoji hand, hey Ms. Kuster, I want to show you my rain stick. Thank you.
Okay. And you're done listening to this slide, so you're going to click on the next slide. It says, see you later, alligator. Let's see what Ms. Kuster says.
See you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you on Monday.
Okay. Now at this point, my presentation to you is over. So what you're going to do now is you are going to go to that Nearpod that I showed you in the very beginning, and you're going to work independently. You're going to listen and watch every single slide. You're going to listen to the story independently that I'm reading to you, and then you are going to gather your supplies, and then you are going to watch the video of how to put your rain stick together. Does that make sense? I hope it does, and I hope this helps. I will see you in class tomorrow. Bye, friends.